And off we go. Cannonball begins. So the plan today is we're headed to Roswell, and we're going to stay the night over in Roswell, and then that gives us 4 more days to get all the way into California. Man, I would have loved to have been out Saturday morning doing this 48 hours ago. I wouldn't have any rush or stress or worry, just slow cruising. But today it's going to be a hard mile crusher. 78. One more fuel stop. Got right out of half a tank of fuel. Got another gallon in there, so it should be 130 miles. I'm getting batted around like a ping pong ball. This is brutal. I'm wide open throttle. That's all it's got. And I'm barely maintaining 50. I've gotten down to 46 a few times. I hope I can make it the next 47 miles. At this rate, burning fuel, you know, full open and barely cracking 50. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough fuel to make it there. I got 3 dots. Okay, well, I ran out of gas. This headwind is unreal. It's 40 plus miles an hour, just straight non-stop, and it killed all of my power, all my reserve. Okay, well, good morning all. It's Monday morning, whatever today is, Monday the 11th, 12th, I think it's the 12th. I'm officially 2 days late getting out of the Houston area. I was hoping to be out on the road this time Saturday morning, so I'm 48 hours behind my self-imposed schedule, but as long as I get there before Friday, everything's good. So I've got, 4 easy days, or not easy, 4 solid days to get out there, but I think it's only going to take 3. So today I'm going to be meeting Neil and Mike out in Roswell, New Mexico. So I've got about 700 miles to crush today. I'm going to do that. Quick overview of the scoot before I hit the road. It's all packed up like a Peruvian donkey. I've got my camp kit. Everything lives here. I mean, I've actually got 2 different sleep systems in there, but full camp kit in there. I suppose I should tie that up. We'll do that in a second. All of my electronics gear and everything is in the top box, plus my rain gear. Under the seat, I've got more camera gear and other stuff. Doing the video production is always more time consuming and space consuming than just going and doing these things. But yeah, that's that. And then of course my fuel carrier here, that was what really put me behind. I had lots of problems with that. I'll talk about it later. 2.5 gallon no spill can on a Chinese made rack here that's leaves a lot to be desired, but that's my only solution for carrying fuel. I've got my Neil GPS mount up here. Thank you, Neil. That thing is just fantastic. He made this mounting frame, and you can see how humid it is out here. I'm sweating, and so is the windshield. I'll show you that better in daylight. I put this on yesterday. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it or not. I may end up pulling it off and tossing it in the trash. We'll see how it goes. It's an Amazon cheapie. I haven't figured out the adjustments on it and all that, but yeah, there's the bike, and here's me getting on. Gotta go. I need to get rolling. I need to get out of this Houston area before traffic gets real bad. It's a Monday morning, 6:10, 6 a.m. something, 6:05. Yeah, so time to go. Get everything rolling. I've got cameras on the bike too. I forgot to mention that. I got my Admore brake light bar here. I've got my I'm slow, don't hit me light. Mounted that in the back fender there, and it's bright. Yeah, let's go. I am losing weight as I speak. 9613. Haven't set the clock on here, don't really care. And off we go. Cannonball begins. Ooh, she's heavy. So the plan today is we're headed to Roswell, and we're going to stay the night over in Roswell, and then that gives us 4 more days to get all the way into California. We don't think there's going to be any problems weather-wise, or just in general. We're hoping for smooth, clear sailing. It's going to be hot, really hot. The weather forecast is just hot and sunny pretty much everywhere on the route going out to California, and then I know that the Forecast in Lake Havasaw, our second day, is like 106 or something like that, so it's hot. It's real hot. All right, on the road officially. Yep, and there's my cruising speed that I'm going to try to maintain all day. It's right at 60. Should be a decent mix between covering ground and moderate fuel efficiency on this thing. If I can keep it right around 60, it gets right at 100 miles to the gallon. So that'll be good. I think I'm going to go ahead and stop here at Buc-ee's and fill up on some ethanol-free goodness. I'm already headed this direction, might as well. And then I'm going to take the back road out of here and go rural highways, Highway 36, all that. I can crush more miles, more time on I-10 on the super slab, which I'm debating, but the route that I need to take is more northerly anyway. All right, first fuel stop of the day, and then I shouldn't need to stop for almost 400 miles if I get both tanks full. Whoa, she's top heavy. 409 for ethanol free. It's all right. Get 2.5 gallons of goodness. All right. Oh, hey, overfilled. Well, that's overfull. I'm as loaded as it's going to get. 1540 in go-go juice. And away she goes. Okay. Now, let's just hope that this doesn't dribble on my balls. I don't like having fuel right between my legs. At least that's not contained in a factory tank. 9622 miles. Okay. Zeroed out. Filled up. Overfull. Eau de petrol. Lock this down. Click. And my little homemade pad there out of a little garage mat. 14 pounds of fuel, or whatever that works out to be. And strap it down. Need to get into the rhythm. Once you get a day or two into this kind of travel, you develop a rhythm and where everything sits and is placed on the bike, and your load out, your packing. Man, I would have loved to have been out Saturday morning doing this 48 hours ago. I wouldn't have any rush or stress or worry, just slow cruising. But today it's going to be a hard mile crusher. So I run two GPSs because they frequently differ in their routing. The phone can know about current traffic conditions and stuff like that. The Zumo does when it's linked to the phone, but I've noticed that its routing is still not quite as optimal as Google Maps or Waze. So I like having them both. And then if I lose signal or whatever happens with the phone, then I've got a hardware GPS to work with, so that helps.
All right, everybody. Well, checking in from the road. I'm, I don't know where. I'm in farmland. I think I'm about, what was it, 40 miles northwest of Brenham area. I'm not sure where I am. I'm 511 miles out, a little over 8 hours to go. Add another hour because fuel stops and probably a little lunch break or something like that. So, making some time. How many miles into this tank since I filled up? It's down the road. 125 miles down the road, so a couple hours and change. And my arrival time into the park where Neil and Mike are staying is about, yeah, this says 4 p.m. It's going to be probably 5:30 by the time traffic and fuel stops and all that. So anyway, I'm enjoying this overcast weather right now. It's keeping the heat down. It's probably 75, 77 degrees out here, something like that. It's very tolerable. The sun has come out a couple times, but mostly it's just, you know, overcast and a little bit chilly like this. Oh, yeah. Good road trip weather. If I wasn't so sleepy, it would be great. I haven't gotten a lot of sleep the last 2 days, but I can deal with this weather, man. This is fantastic.
All right, everybody. I'm 168 miles into this tank, and it just started flashing a minute ago, so there's no sense in running it all the way flat. I'll go ahead and pull off here where it's safe off the highway and refuel this little mule. Get into my new routine here. I've got to pull this first. That's got to come up. Then I can pop that, maybe. Come on. There. Make sure this is tight so it doesn't dribble everywhere. Alright, here we go. It's got a long enough nozzle on it. I think I can get it in there. Yeah. Cool. This is tricky. Alright, here we go. Let's see if I can stop before it burps everywhere. If you can submerge this nozzle in the fuel, it self-stops, but up this high, pouring that fast, not likely. Ooh. Oh, nope, didn't stop it in time. Dribbled a little bit out. So, yep, pissing fuel on the ground. That's alright. Yep, just shy of about a third of a gallon left in there. Okay. Cap it up. Lock that. Put that back there. Okay then. It's about as long as it takes at a fuel station, so not bad. That'll get me another couple hundred miles down the road.
Getting out toward the Texas Hill Country here, kind of, sort of. North of it, but still get to see some hills and some scenery change. Different than Houston, just flat. The only hills we have in Houston are the overpasses. That's why I prefer to take these rural highways, even though it's slower than the interstates if you're trying to crush time like I am today, but it just, you know, my time isn't going to be all that different on this bike going 65-ish. And you get all this scenery out here. Better than just staring at 4 lanes of concrete. My GPS is asking me, need a break? Food Plaza, number 12. That doesn't sound good. I'm not that desperate. Getting hungry, but I'm not that desperate. 78. I think I've gotten 79 out of it once.
Okay, I'm in Comanche, Texas. Just about to turn back onto 36, taking a little jog here. But I'm going to find some food because I'm getting way too sleepy to keep my eyes open. There's a Chicken Express. Nah. There's another Sonic. I'm holding out. I want to see if there's something else. I guess I could do a Sonic burger. See if there's anybody else. If there's not, I'm turning around to that Sonic. I'm hungry. I've got to get some food, get a little bit of something in me so I don't fall asleep. There's more town ahead of me here. I'm going to keep looking. I'm sure there's some stuff through this downtown center. I just don't really want to sit and eat. Restaurant kind of a deal. Not today, not right now. Maybe later. Oh, Dairy Queen. Yeah. Really a fan of Dairy Queen either. Subway, perfect. A sandwich, some bread that'll get me a little bit more sustenance. Done. Subway sandwich. Okay, stopping for food. I don't think I'm gonna fill. I could fill. I don't know. Yeah, I might as well. I'm already stopped. I'll find a good fuel station. Oh, this is a Conoco. Yeah, I'll do that. All right, so food and fuel. All right, I'm back on the road on 36, headed kind of northwest, I guess I am, something like that. Finished food and fuel up back there at a Conoco Subway, and filled up the bike, filled up the jerry can. I emptied out what was left in here, and then, you know, topped everything off. That way I can keep accurate numbers because I'm a stats geek. And now it looks like I'm gonna get wet. It's very windy and blustery, and the temperature has dropped a bit, so there's some kind of a cold front blowing through right now. I might end up having to stop and put on the rain gear. But it's very windy, like 25 plus, getting pretty gusty. So anyway, I'm gonna keep on crushing. I've got 340 something miles, about 6 hours left to go. Looks like I'll be getting in close to 6 o'clock at that campsite, so still have daylight, set up my camp. It'll be great. So I am gonna put the hammer down, or twist the wrist back, however that works, and hope that I can stay out ahead of this rain. We'll see. Man, it's windy. Woo. Can't keep a straight line. Ugh. Tapped out into the wind. Nice driving, genius. Into the wind, and I'm losing speed up this hill. 55, 54, 55. All right, I'm gonna maintain. Nope, 54. There it goes. This thing can't be any worse in the hills than the Super Cub, though. Man, we lived in second and third gear for a couple of days going over the Rockies. Yeah, welcome to West Texas. This is what everybody thinks of when they think of West Texas, and yeah, that's about right. Straight
flat, boring, dirt, lots of dirt. They're growing lots of dirt out here.
Okay, checking in from Brownfield. Just got to Brownfield where I was supposed to meet Neil. Originally it was going to be tonight, Monday night, so I'm still on my original schedule, but he pushed on through and ended up over in Roswell, and that's where Mike is meeting him up right now. I just saw a couple of texts fly through. Anyway, I'm stopped here taking off the rain gear because it's no longer cold and drizzly and overcast. It's sunny and hot here, so taking the hot stuff off so I don't sweat to death, and get back on the road. Still got about a half tank of fuel in the bike, another gallon still in the tank there, and 140 miles to go, 135, something like that. I'm about 2 hours out. 700 miles, or 680 or whatever it is, I don't know. Anyway, on the road. Here's an old downtown center. Brownfield Insurance. Buddies. Brick roads, man. You don't see that very often anymore. Ugh. Might be a good thing. Ugh. Roswell, 134. Apparently this campsite
is just outside of Roswell, not too far out. I haven't really looked at the map. Neil sent me the link, and it said, yep, I'll be there. All right, hammer down. 2 hours. Yep. One more fuel stop. Got right out of half a tank of fuel. Got another gallon in there, so it should be 130 miles. This is insane out here. Just got on this section of road out here on whatever this 380. The wind is so brutal. I can't even maintain a straight line. I can't get over 50 miles an hour. It's just straight line winds, 40 plus miles an hour. Just, I'm getting batted around like a ping pong ball. This is brutal. I'm wide open throttle. That's all it's got. And I'm barely maintaining 50. I've gotten down to 46 a few times when the wind has swung around into my face at over 40 miles an hour. It's crazy out here. They should have wind farms out here, man. This is nuts. The PCX is a little bit tippy when at certain speeds. Getting up to speed in this kind of crosswind is tricky because the bike is just doing this. It's going all over the place. Once you get over about 40 miles an hour, it's okay because the gyroscopic effect of the wheels helps, but good God, this thing's a handful. I stopped back there to refuel, use the last half gallon or 3/4 gallon, whatever I had in that can, because the bike was flashing for a little while and then it started kind of hitching, and I thought maybe it was running out of fuel, but I think it was these wind gusts making me feel like I was losing power, because there have been a few of these. I'll be cruising along at 57, 58 miles an hour and I'll slow down to 51 almost instantly. Just, like I hit the brakes. Like, oh man, did the engine just seize up? This is getting crazy, man. Look at this. I am just getting beat up, and this asshole almost hit me from behind. Just fucking get over in the other lane, jackass. Plenty of room to pass. Don't be a tool. Oh my God, this is brutal. Still wide open throttle, just pinned. 50, 51. I hope I can make it the next 47 miles. At this rate, burning fuel, you know, full open and barely cracking 50. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough fuel to make it there. I got 3 dots. Closing in on the home stretch, running out of patience and fuel all at once. God, 52. Oh, it was crazy. Before I stopped for fuel, the wind wasn't as bad. I mean, it literally just swung around while I was sitting still there, and the bike almost got pushed over on top of me. I had it on the shoulder, and I was standing on the far side of it just in case it got pushed over. And right as I was almost done fueling up, the bike fell over on my legs. So crazy windy out here. But just before I stopped for fuel, I was getting 60, 65, no problem. Now I can't even get above 51. Man, this is crazy wind. It's dialing in like a 25-degree lean to go straight. Crazy, man. Look at this. I'm sitting straight up now. That's the bike that far off below me. Crazy.
Okay, well, I ran out of gas. This headwind is unreal. It's 40 plus miles an hour, just straight nonstop, and it killed all my power, all my reserve. So I'm only, I don't know, maybe 10 miles outside of town here. The guys had just pulled up to a restaurant. They were going to meet me up there 10 miles up, 12 miles, whatever it is. So they're jumping on their scoots and headed down this way. They've got fuel on them. So yeah, fun. Both Mike and Neil have a gallon of spare fuel on them, so I'll put a gallon in here and put it back on the road. At least help is nearby, and I've got shade to stand behind right here because it's friggin' hot out here. And I'll rejoin you when the guys get here with my emergency fuel. Roadside assist. Right as I hung up the phone, it died. It ran out of gas. Yeah, he's on the road behind you a couple miles. So anyway, here's roadside assist in New Mexico. We're gonna fill this thing up. Neil's got his Rotapacks back here with 1 gallon in it, and man, is it windy. All right, I'm gonna unstrap this, get to work. All right, we're back on the road. Neil rescued me with some fuel, and Mike pulled up about 30 seconds behind him.
How's that for roadside assist? Neil had a full gallon in his can, and he put about a half a gallon in his and half a gallon in mine because he was running low as well.
Okay, we are resuming after eating dinner over here at this very good Mexican restaurant. It came highly recommended, and the recommendation was good. We had a dinner and dessert and a beer, and yeah, I'm ready to go to bed now. Good to go. We're going to go over to a fuel stop here and fill up all of our tanks. Neil has got his auxiliary tank that's plumbed in, sits right on top of his center hump or center tunnel, whatever, and he can go a long way on that, but he said he was running pretty thin getting into town too. He didn't have to tap his reserve tank until he came to roadside rescue me. So I took half of his 1 gallon and he got the other half, and now we need to go fill it up. Neil said the campsite tonight is not that fancy or illustrious, but I'll be happy to toss my tent out and sleep in anything right now. I don't care. Okay, so we're getting to the campsite here. Neil has a
campsite for last night and tonight here at this park, wherever this is. Gravel? Nope, pavement. Good. Ugh. Just outside of town over here. Bottomless river, bottomless something, bottomless lake, I don't know what it was. Bottomless. Can't see anything. I don't know how he knows where he's going. Gravel, gravel, gravel. That thing is loose, so I wonder what was rattling. Okay. We have arrived.
Hey, this thing's blinking. Hello? Is anybody in there? Little red light's blinking.
Oh, it's still recording.
It must be. All this shit I just said on tape. Now I can't deny it.
It's incriminating evidence.
Yeah. I've been putting it right in my chin the whole time, so. And you know I'm camera shy.